right, good afternoon, everyone. Um, my name is Gideon Michael. I'm the principal consultant for R3 Consulting. So we're happy to have you for this, our first webinar session. So I'm going to focus on the SAP S/4HANA Public Cloud Edition solution overview. Um, Let me start with a bit of history. Um, so SAP has been providing software solutions to business enterprises globally for over 50 years. And traditionally, SAP has the ECC, which is majorly um, an on-premise solution. Then later on, SAP transitioned to S/4HANA on-premise, which is still on-premise solution. But with the public cloud edition, is a complete revolution, a change, right? So in the previous version of SAP ERP solution, um, there has been some requirement in terms of clients we have to do with huge investments in hardware. They have to take care of the IT and security. Then also there's usually a lot of investment in support, both hardware and human resources, on the maintenance. But the public cloud takes away all this pain from customers. And now customers can focus on business, right? So that means you don't have to worry again about the hardware investment, IT and security investment, and support. Major parts, a lot of this aspect has been taken over by SAP. So I'm sure how the so the S/4HANA it's a ready-to-run cloud ERP that delivers the latest industry best practice and continuous innovation. It is a full software as a service, that is SaaS, cloud native ERP that lets you move fast and innovate. Now, let's start by looking at the industry standard that is delivered by S/4HANA. So the first thing here we'll look at is, run industry standard. So with the S/4HANA Public Cloud Edition, we now have modern UI and integration, integrated collaboration, pre-configure industry best practices, rapid implementation methodology and tools, and full cloud ERP that grows with your business. Now, some of the complaints, right, that we have from customers who have been using the legacy ECC on-premise solution is a requirement for huge investments in hardware and support, like I mentioned. Then also there has been some complaint about not simple to use UI UX in my navigation. Then it takes time to deploy. Now with the public edition, it's a game changer because of these following features, right, which is on the PowerPoint, that now you have pre-configured industry best practices, right? And we have the rapid implementation tools, right? Then another thing we need to look at is accelerate business growth. We have built-in business model innovation, end-to-end best practices for standard and industry business process, intelligent ERP technology for insight, speed, and efficiency. Then we have streamlined acquisition and reorganization. Then we talk about keep innovation moving through full software as a service ERP offerings, continuously upgrade without disruption, extensibility to enable differentiation, then delivered SAP and partner integration, then open to third-party solution. right? So unlike other ERP cloud providers, right, SAP is open to third-party solution integration through our SAP BTP, which is a platform as a service, right? So I'll take you through the steps. Please note, I'm going to show you on the run on industry standard how this configure industry best practice has made implementation easier. Then we'll talk about all the innovation, like in the area of machine learning, AI, and so on and so forth. Now, from the slide you look at now, we support SAP Mobile Start, which is a mobile access to the SAP S/4HANA solution. So it's a modern UI, right, with SAP Fury. Then we have the web version, which is the new user experience. Just a click, unlike the previous ECC that you need to get some codes, right, to run certain reports or to navigate to certain app, right? The new UI is a complete change. Then we have collaborative integration with Microsoft and Google, like integrations with Teams and Google Space. So for a lot of multinational companies, right, the need for localization is very, very important. Usually localization is expensive and it takes time to customize. So as at 2402 release of SAP S/4HANA Public Cloud, uh, today, SAP has 59 local version prebuilt by SAP. Now, for non-localized country version, there's a localization toolkit that is easy to implement. So if you're looking about localization for multinationals, usually multinationals have subsidiaries that are operated in different countries. And usually there's this regulatory requirement in terms of accounting requirements, taxation requirements, payment integration requirements, invoicing, numbering requirements, and reporting. So usually it's very expensive to build, right? SAP S/4HANA Public Cloud offers today 59 country localization. So that's completely amazing, right? When we compare with other ERP solutions that have very few localization, right? So this is very key and important to multinational companies when it comes to ERP investments, right? So we're going to look at each of these as we go on. Like for instance, in terms of localization for payments, we have the multi-bank connectivity and digital payment integration. Then for some countries that have some requirements in terms of invoicing, like things like unique document numbering requirements and so on and so forth. Then in terms of accounting, there's usually local requirements for reporting and in some cases IFRS reporting. So S/4HANA provide all of this. Then in terms of language, right, we have 32 languages pre-built into S/4HANA solution. Also, we talk about reducing the time to go live, right? Today, SAP offers a new implementation methodology, which we call the SAP Activate. Now, with the SAP Activate, right, it makes from discovery assessment, which is at the marketing level, to explore, realize, deploy, and monitor, optimize, highly simplified. So in this case, we have things like digital discovery that helps us to scope customer requirements. We have the explore stage, we have fit to standard analysis. Then we have the things like tools like CBC for central business configuration tools that makes it easier. We have data migration cockpit for migration. Then also there's been a lot of investment in SAP to enhance testing automation, right, for a successful project delivery. Now, some of the benefits, right, achievements so far from the SAP public cloud solution is first, 40 to 60% decrease in time to business value, 50% reduction in consulting fee, 50% reduction in total cost of ownership. Now, if you look at the business scope, right, that is covered by SAP, we have the finance, procurement, sales, service-centric industry, manufacturing, R&D, asset management, supply chain, product-centric industries, right? So if you look at this, some of the achievements, KPI, I mean, performance, we've seen 3 times increase in production efficiency for production-based company. We have 20% improvement in production efficiency as well. So we have the S/4HANA all industry, right, best practice. So here for all industries, we have from sourcing, process, account payable, confirm customer order, bill and collect, record to reports. And also in the next slide, we see we have industry-specific solutions. So here it covers the professional service, the media, the EC and O, real estate management, public sector. Yeah, government is covered, higher education. There's industry focus, big industry focus for the banking, insurance, travel, and transportation. So also, if you look at specific product-centric industries like automotive, high tech, IM and C, mining, mill, and retail, they are all covered in this solution. Now, like we said, right, if you look at this PowerPoint, right, now we have inbuilt, embedded inside, right? So there's no need for companies to invest in another management performance solution because that is already built in, right? We have full integration with the SAP Analytic Cloud, which helps you to do a lot of things from analytics to business planning and forecasting. All these using AI capabilities as well, right? All built into it. So you don't need to have a separate investment in another management performance solution. Then also very important, right, for multinationals who have different business concern, who need to track report by segments, by cost center, by subsidiaries, or even regional grouping. So there's what we call attribute-based ledger and flexible hierarchies. So you can actually just customize, you know, like you see on the slide here, you can have your organization hierarchy represented, right? So an attribute-based ledger where the business logic can be flexible, maintain and analyze and change. Then flexible hierarchy to understand the same data from any perspective. So you have the same data, you can see that data by your regional grouping, you can see that same data by maybe a different product group or a profit center or business segment. So this brings all this flexibility, right? So it's not just having a single P&L that doesn't make sense. With the SAP S/4HANA, we offer, you know, the attribute-based ledger and flexible hierarchies that you can customize based on your company requirements. Then also we support for companies who have two-tier ERP deployment type, right? Where maybe the subsidiary is running on premise and it's possible to integrate with the cloud solution, right? So this is very important. And also for other companies who have more complex process, you can have something like central service, like central finance, central procurement system, and supply chain, you know, all um, um, integrated into one single solution, right? So if you look at the statistics so far, in terms of asset management, we have 50% reduction. Finance, we have 80% reduction in time required to release invoices, freeing up employees for core business processes. 1.5% times more payment transaction managed by same number of employees. In terms of sales, right, 7 times increase in order processing capacity, reduce administrative burden by applying robotic, process automation in billing. So the statistics are there with major improvements for companies. Now, aside from the standard process we mentioned, right, with SAP Cloud Solution, it is possible for extensibility, right? So first, for SAP Cloud Solution, the first thing is standard pre-configured best practice, best in class business practices. Then we also support key user extensibility, which a super user can easily extend the solution to meet your requirements. Then we also provide developer extensibility. Then also we allow side-by-side extensibility using our SAP Business Technology Platform. So all the extensibility tools include key user extensibility, developer extensibility, side-by-side integration with S/4HANA Cloud. Then we have the localization extensibility. Remember, I mentioned that today SAP has 59 pre-built local version, country version, right? For countries that are not covered, they can use the SAP localization extensibility tools to build their own country customization. So what is the major takeaway from this presentation? First is get started now. Then second, contact us for guidance. Then the third one is try it for free, right? If you look at this, there's a link where you can click for your organization. We give you a 14 days trial of the solution. Just feel free to contact us, then we can guide you on how you can use the free trial. So thank you so much. I'll hand over to the next person.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Gillian. I'm going to continue from where you stopped, and please also share my screen. Can we access? Sorry, I'm waiting for access to share screen. All right, so my name is Shaiton, and quickly I'm going to be talking about the sales line of business in SAP S/4HANA Cloud, public cloud. All right. So for the sales part, we all understand that the sales is very important to every organization, right? And SAP does not take sales process lightly. Okay. So we have different sales processes based on the type of business you have. We have for the we have for the traditional sales process, we have for project-based, for customer-based, we even have for solution-based business processes. Okay, so I'm going to start with the traditional sales process. First, we have the order management, which is just how you sell and the processes to when you receive your cash or your money from your customers. So for the sales process, this is the traditional sales. We have the core ERP scope, we have the order management, we have the price management, the fulfillment, we have the billing, right? Billing is where you send your invoice to your customer for goods that you've sold to them. And very important also is the account receivable. So you want a solution that will be able to give you your account receivable report. You want to manage customer payments. You want to even start from credit management. And if you handle digital payments system, we are talking about those that have like credit card, the system also supports it. Okay. And you also want to keep healthy cash flow collection with automated and prioritized collection of cash. The solution, which is the SAP Health S/4HANA, also supports it. So we have some customers, right? Because of how they've used it, they've come to us that they really enjoy using that product, and they've been able to record 50% increase in sales management efficiency, and more than 7 times increase in order processing capacity, right? So this is for the core sales process. Now we are going to look at the customer project. So your company is into building projects. You are, for example, a construction company. You build and construct buildings, sorry, for your customers. So we have the sell and plan. You want to build and define profitable customer projects. We have to set up and start in your project, right? You want to be able to have a full and a streamlined project management lifecycle. So you don't have to integrate different projects, different systems into your solution. SAP S/4HANA, just in one software, you can have your project set up. You can record the staff, you can record and collect your signs, the services, the expense information during execution, so that the cost and the revenues can be recognized. And one interesting thing to know is that any cost you raise for a project, the system links it directly to that project. So when you pull up a project report, you'll be able to see all the costs, all the revenue, even the staff that has been assigned to the project. And also if you want to run the timesheet of how the staff time was spent on the project, the system also supports that. So we have build and manage. Yes, at the end of the project, you want to be able to manage your work in progress and also build your customer. We support that also. So the next sales scope, right? Can you hear me? The next sales scope is the solution business, right? The solution design, it helps, especially for companies. Let's say you build solutions for the customers, you have all these physical services, the project and subscription. The system allows you in one software to do that. So you want to capture your order creation, fulfillment and monitoring, billing and invoicing. Control is very, very important to track revenue, track costs, and margin the solution, and also analytics, right? So you don't have to integrate your analytics software to S/4HANA. It's called analytics. Sure, it's really an end-to-end analytics of the box, out of the box, right? Okay, so
On our cloud edition, sourcing and procurement core capabilities extend with cloud applications such as guided buying, supplier management, business network, and central invoice management. So sourcing and procurement, SAP S/4HANA Cloud software helps streamline your processes while delivering real-time insight into organizational spend, suppliers, and market information. So one of the key feature here is the real-time insight. You don't have to rely on still data to make accurate decision. All right, so this is the overview of what I'll be sharing with you today. It's so you see the ones all right, so talking about your and embedded intelligence allows you to streamline and automate your procurement processes. All right, talking about procurement analytics. Talking about procurement analytics. So use procurement analytics, including real-time reporting and monitoring, spend visibility to get important information at a real-time experience, visibility into supply chain, reducing inventory, write-off and waste, improve spend compliance, tracking of contract pricing, services, KPIs and termination dates, strengthen operational, contractual, and regulatory compliance. So talking about operation, anything around procurement, you are covered, all right? So SAP S/4HANA Cloud sourcing and procurement helps with self-service requisitioning, requirement processing, purchase order processing, purchase order collaboration, service purchasing and recording, advanced intercompany business processes. So people in the HR department, people in different departments can place purchase requisition to a procurement department and it to be sorted. So this is a fantastic application or software to help stabilize and give you the quality you need in your operations. I'm talking about invoice management. After goods or services have been delivered, complete and procurement process by verifying and processing invoice in order to initiate the payment process. So from invoice collaboration to invoice processing with SAP Central Invoice Management. So talking about supplier management, you gain transparency of your supplier portfolio and improve suppliers' performance continuously. Okay, so you can classify and segment your suppliers and your vendor and your suppliers' evaluation. You can evaluate your suppliers based on certain KPIs, those performing, those underperforming, those you need to give a nudge to do better. And it just helps you cut down chunk waste. All right, integration and APIs. So our application, our software bring together the benefit of different cloud procurement application of SAP to optimize your procurement processes and use APIs to connect business processes across your system landscape. All right, so you can integrate procurement cloud with suppliers. You can integrate with SAP Ariba. You can integrate with SAP Fieldglass. You can integrate with central invoicing management. So you can integrate with these particular amazing apps. All right, so talking about data management in sourcing and procurement, are you concerned about your data? We know it's a cloud service. So SAP has great features to protect your data and your data archiving. So data protection, SAP provides specific features and functions to support compliance with regard to relevant legal requirements, including data protection. So sourcing and procurement provides an end-of-purpose check to determine whether supplier and customer data is still relevant for business activity in the application or can be blocked, right? So it considers compliance with industry-specific legislation in different countries. All right, so talking about data archiving in sourcing and procurement, data archiving is used to delete data at the end of its life cycle and to block and delete personal data in SAP S/4HANA Cloud. So personal data remains blocked until the retention period has ended. Once this is the case, you can destroy the archived data. So talking about extensibility, our app is not closed-ended. is an open-ended app software. You can build additions to standard functionality to significantly increase the reach and the scope of the system and make the solution tailor-fit to your specific business processes. You can adapt existing fields, custom CDS view. You can maintain custom fields, adapt business logic, custom business objects, and custom UI. All right, so why SAP S/4HANA Cloud Sourcing Procurement? Empower end users with a guided buying experience and provide efficient and cost-effective procurement processes as a collaboration between buyers, purchasers, and suppliers. Automate control and streamline business processes using catalog-driven pricing, contract logic, and an intelligent approval workflow. Proactive notification of order deviation and delivery issues, enable accounts payable teams to drive high volume of invoices through electronic channels. So in conclusion, SAP S/4HANA Cloud holistically supports the operational purchaser across all buying activities. So these activities include processing purchase, requisition, finding an appropriate source of supply, and creating, processing purchase order. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining. Please reach out to us for demo trainings and what have you. I'd like to hand over to the host, Mr. Gideon. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to be sharing with us the SAP S/4HANA LOB for finance. So this session is focused on the S/4HANA capabilities for finance. So why finance in S/4HANA Cloud now? Then I'm going to talk about shows the functional scope of S/4HANA Finance. Then I'll end with a summary. If you look at what is changing business models globally, right? A lot of companies are moving away from just product-based company to service-based, right? So also there's a lot of companies are also cutting out, the middlemen and interacting or selling directly to customers. So the distribution chain is becoming leaner. Then everything is getting connected. Here we talk about the Internet of Things. Then we have ecosystems of partners are collaborating to deliver more values. Then also customer behaviors and expectations are changing, right? There's been a shift from a lot of businesses are looking at the online business model and so on. So here, few trends impacting business model changes. We have the infrastructure, the CC infrastructure through the cloud, AI embedded in device. That's the new baby in town, right? AI, smart vehicles, connected fleet management, autonomous vehicles, 3D printing, mobility as a service, and the smart homes. So all these technologies are driving change in the business world, and companies also need to adapt, to meet these needs, and mission. So we talk about finance as the mission control center for every business, especially for large enterprise where at the end of the day, finance has to provide the essential information as mission critical center, right? So here we talk about SAP delivers a single source of truth, process efficiency through simplified architecture embedded artificial intelligence, steering effectiveness to make better informed decision, continuous compliance. This is very important for a lot of companies. Compliance, there's compliance risks, and so on. So if you look at the proven customer value so far in terms of their achievement. A lot of companies have recorded 18 to 24% decrease in planning, forecasting, and budgeting costs, 30% reduction in business and operation analysis, reporting and cost, 50% reduction in financial close time. This is very important. Financial close is usually a big deal for most companies. 10% reduction in integration point throughout the landscape, 6 weeks to complete new acquisition, 25% reduction in total cost of ownership, 40% system performance improvement. Now, if you look at the functional scopes, right? What is covered in SAP S/4HANA Finance, right? For those of us who are attending who are finance people or have got one or two things to do with the finance unit of your organization, you agree with me that this is a complete coverage for finance. Right. For us, for all companies, every company does finance, whether you're in the bank, you are in insurance, or you are in engineering, construction, or you are in manufacturing. So SAP provides the digital core. It provides finance as a mission critical center for that. So what we have from governance and admin function, things like corporate reporting, tax, cybersecurity, financial planning analysis, risks, which is the GRC, identity access governance, treasury, compliance, and international trade. Then also we have real estate for most large enterprise. There's a real estate, there's a shared service, the AR and AP. Also very important is travel to expense. Then that's for the governance and admin functions of finance. Then when we look at the financial operations, like record to reports, order codes to cash, procure to pay, assets, and inventory management. So if you look at it, there's this complete integration with all this, the workforce management, the sales process, the sourcing process, and supply chain management. So if you look at it here in my next slide, you see here, we start with SAP Finance core capabilities. So here you have accounting and financial close, the group reporting, finance operations, that is AR receivables, AP for payables and assets management, cost management and profitability analysis. This is also built in. So traditionally, company usually use their ERP for core finance, maybe for reporting. But when they need to do things like performance management and all that, they will need to invest in another solution outside their ERP solution. But with S/4HANA, right, all of those capability has been built in using our what we call the universal journal, capabilities. Right, so right here, you can have cost and profitability management in the system. Then the issue of compliance cannot be overemphasized, both local and international trade compliance. Of course, the issue of identity access governance, these are topics in areas of GRC, governance, risks, and compliance. So all these are covered as a solution. Then if we look at the treasury management, for companies who have maybe by industry who have a requirement to meet treasury, compliance, like maybe for instance, companies in banks, in pension, there's always a requirement in terms of managing their investment portfolio. So we also provide treasury management, very, very advanced topic, not just basic, very advanced topic. It's also possible for you to integrate with your trading platform, right? That is supported in SAP S/4HANA. So if you look at the CFO, right? The CFO has a lot of responsibility, right? So here, the key is to make the job easier for the CFO and the finance team, right? So if you look at from the financial accounting, we have the universal journal, the parallel accounting. So let me explain what we mean by the parallel accounting. For companies who have presence in different parts of the world, there's usually a local accounting requirement, and also at the same time, they need to meet up with IFRS, which International Financial Accounting Report, or companies based in US have to meet up with the US GAAP, right? So with SAP S/4HANA, you can actually have parallel accounting where you can report both local accounting requirements and also meet up with international accounting requirements like IFRS. So that is achieved by the parallel accounting capability. I already mentioned the account receivable, account payable. Then in terms of asset management, it covers topics like assets under construction, leasing, based on the IFRS. There's what we call predictive accounting. Accrual management is a big task for finance people. Then for companies who have different subsidiary, we have intercompany accounting, which makes it possible to post transaction in company A and it automatically reflects in company. For instance, company A, the head office can send a sales order, and on the other side for the subsidiary, they receive it as purchase order. Then we have other things like management accounting, which is universal journal, cost center accounting, universal allocation, product costing, project accounting, transfer pricing, marginal analysis, and all that. Now, let me just leave this, right? All these things I mentioned, right? It covers usually what they call the basic to very, very advanced topics, in these areas of finance. So I will just emphasize treasury management, right? Here we have good integration with banks, right? So here a lot of companies want to automate bank reconciliation. So we provide the NBC multi-bank connectivity, which helps you to automatically connect with your bank, using the Suite platform, for instance, here in Nigeria. Then also in terms of bank reconciliation, usually there's huge volume. Here, SAP S/4HANA comes with AI capabilities to simplify bank reconciliation, and so on. So I'm going to take this for each role. So most of institutions have this role, the role of the vice president, who is in charge with planning and budgeting and forecasting, profitability and cost management. And then we have the corporate reporting that covers things like financial accounting, entity close, corporate close, financial reporting, direct tax management, financial close governance, and indirect tax management. These also cover things like customs, right? For the head of finance operations, topics like receivables, billing and revenue, innovation management, entitle management, shared service framework, real estate management, travel and expense management, financial shared service management, financial process governance. Then for the treasury, we have the bank and payments and bank communications, cash and liquidity management, debt and investment management, financial risk management for commodities, and financial transaction. Then when you look at for the risk compliance and auditors, we have enterprise risk management, control and embedded compliance, automated monitoring and screening, policy, life cycle management, audit management, international trade management. Of course, for the IT, we have the single sign-on. So if you have multiple solutions, you don't have to have different sign-on, right? You can use single sign-on with just a single sign-on. All right, I'm going to stop here for the next person to take over. Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Matthew Abiodun. So I'll be discussing a supply chain in S/4HANA Public Edition. Today, let's get started. All right, so in supply chain management, product-centric scope, the S4HANA software helps you gain full stock transparency, keep logistics costs under control, and help make precise commitment to your customers. So everyone understands the important role supply chain management plays when it comes to business operations. And SAP has done a fantastic job with S4HANA Cloud Public Edition by providing various core business processes under supply chain. Each processes will be explained in details. For example, let's start with the inventory management. Under inventory management, in supply chain management, you can control goods movement and analyze as well as optimize inventory. You can also keep in system records up to date with the physical inventory features that's embedded in supply chain. We also have what we call order promises, a situation where the system helps you check product availability, promise orders strategically with the help of advanced methods like product stock plan substitution. It also helps you allocate production and also help you with supply protection. Also, the system with the logistic cross-topic inbuilt capability helps you manage batches, serial numbers, and handling units consistently along ERP processes for full transparency and traceability. Also, very important in supply chain management is the warehouse management. We understand the important role warehouse operation plays when it comes to supply chain. And SAP with the full process, accepted global best practices for warehouse operation, has implemented a very wonderful solution under warehouse management, a situation where you can operate warehouses efficiently with embedded out-of-the-box capability for inbound and outbound operations, and also internal warehouse operations and comprehensive mobile capabilities. Also, we have what we call transport management in S4HANA, where you can optimize transportation seamlessly and tightly integrated with adjacent processes. You can also plan for all transportation modes and manage subcontracting. You can track execution and settle transportation costs and effectively manage all your transportation assets. Also, we have what we call asset quality management. So in quality management, which is usually posed for manufacturing operation, where you manage quality compliance from customers and against suppliers. You can perform quality inspection after goods received and goods issued have been performed, and during stock handling operations as well. What customer value can you benefit from this software? Here we have 100% order fulfilled each day. You can also benefit from 100% warehouse management capabilities using S4HANA Cloud ERP. You can improve visibility of stock movement by supporting informed decision-making that helps the company streamline operations while better manage inventory. All right, so we have different industry scope provided with the S4HANA application. So the inventory, the business scope covers a lot of industries ranging from service industries, discrete manufacturing, consumer industries, public services, and energy and natural resources, where we have the oil and gas sector, also mining. All right, in details, we have the inventory management in S4HANA, which helps you streamline inbound and outbound logistics process. The goods movement includes posting goods received for inbound deliveries, posting goods issued, and outbound deliveries. So what are the benefits you can gain from the inventory management in S4HANA? Some of the benefits are improved on-time delivery performance by providing shipping performance, streamlining material flow, and establishing transparency across outbound logistics operation. You can also improve supply chain productivity by providing transaction access and information that matters in real time. Also in S4HANA, we have what we call order promising, advanced order promising in S4HANA Cloud, where a situation where you enhance customer satisfaction by proposing accurate and quantity delivery time and commitment based on defined business rules. There are some benefits that are attached to advanced order promises. Benefits like improving on-time delivery performance by replenishing inventory frequently based on latest information about stock levels and demand forecast. You can also reduce days in inventory of finished goods by leveraging real-time information regarding inventory availability to shorten replenishment lifecycle and responding to demands of your customers. You can reduce order fulfillment lead time by using real-time information on inventory availability and projected availability for fast order fulfillment. You can also reduce days in inventory by leveraging real-time information regarding inventory availability to shorten replenishment cycles and responding to demands. Also, you can improve customer satisfaction by using the embedded logic to automatically match supply with demand. We also have the feature where you reduce the expedited transportation spend by leveraging better product allocation and intelligent alternative based on confirmation. Now, in warehouse management, which is an important part of supply chain, deliver the goods, the right goods at the right time, every time. So in ensuring that the right amount of material are always available whenever and wherever they are needed. It is critical, whether for satisfying the customer needs, supporting your own production, or in support of processes throughout the product lifecycle. On the other hand, you want to avoid excessively increasing the safety stock level, which leads to increasing storage costs. All right, so all these features are better explained and in warehouse management. Also, we have what we call transport management in details. So the transportation management support all kinds of complex scenarios for shippers and logistics service providers around the world, such as all scenario types for inbound, outbound, domestic, and internal logistics. You also have all kinds of goods, cargo, for example, general bulk, fluid package, loose. You also have other benefits that are attached to transport management in S4HANA Cloud. Benefits like improve on-time delivery performance by improving shipping performance, streamlining material flow, and establishing transparency across outbound logistics operation. You can also improve supply chain productivity by providing transaction access and information that matters in real time. So for all suppliers in logistics, service provider, all inbound, outbound, and domestic and international transport, all modes of transport, all means of transport, and all cargo types are supported in S4HANA Cloud Transport Management System. All right, this is an overview of S4HANA Transport Management System. I'll just keep. We also have, our system also supports third-party order processing with direct shipment triggered by advanced availability promise. So you can trigger third-party order processing where requirements for order goods and services and sales order are passed to vendor supplier for direct shipment to end customers. So our system supports third-party operations where you can manage third-party warehousing in the system. All right, so these are the logistics overview for third-party business operations where you can have the scope that covers sales. Our scope also covers procurement, stock transfer, and return processes. The business part of the processes includes sales order creation, purchase order creation, and quantity base. So these are other scenarios like shipping order, sent to warehouse, B2B, shipping advice, received from stock, and so on. All right, we can move on by explaining in details what supply chain also helps you do, which is called handling unit. So in handling unit, the system supports features where you handle labeling, batches, serialization, and so on and so forth. All these are exceptional capabilities that the S4HANA application comes with real time. All right, we also have what we call quality management in S4HANA, and this is the brief overview. So the quality management in S4HANA Cloud helps you inspect plans for goods receipt, helps you in inspection planning within routing, and master receipt for production, helps you plan procurement control, helps in delivery control, and also helps you with dynamic modification of inspection scope. So these are all the capabilities of quality management in S/4HANA Public Cloud Edition. So what are the business processes that the quality management supports? The quality management supports procurement. It supports discrete manufacturing for manufacturing operations. It also supports stock handling, where you handle your stock during batches or labeling. It also helps you in quality management in sales, where you perform quality management before you sell to your customers. It also helps you to manage your custom complaints from your customer, complaint against your supplier. It also manage some internal problems like goods that are produced within. All right. So in summary, we've been able to cover inventory management in supply chain management, order promising, logistics cross topic, where we have the system helps you manage batches, serial numbers, and handling units consistently. Also, we have warehouse management operation, transport management, and quality management. All these features are embedded in SAP S/4HANA Cloud Public Edition. Thank you. You can reach out to us. I'll hand over back to Zainab. Thank you so much. Thank you for attending.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. We really do appreciate your time. Okay, so we would like to take your questions now. So just in case you have any question, you can unmute yourself to ask your question. Mr. Gideon, I don't know if there's anything else that you would like to share more light on, so we can round it up. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Zainab. We appreciate your joining. For those who have joined, I'm sure the session is worth it in terms of the information. R3 Consulting is here to help you in your ERP decision journey. If you have other questions, you can actually reach out to us through our platforms, right? And aside from that, we don't have question now. I would like to close this session. Very soon we'll be calling for other sessions, so we'd like you to also join and be part of the whole thing. So thank you so much for those who have joined. We appreciate. Thank you. We have to end the meeting now. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Gideon. To everybody that joined, thank you so much. We appreciate your time, and we would make sure to send you a recording of this webinar. Thank you.